Hey guys, Coach Mays here. Welcome to day 2 of our Mommy's Buns and Abs Challenge. Today we're going to be focusing on abs. I have a great workout set up for you guys, and I just want to preface by saying a few things. First off, if you cannot finish the workout, that is totally fine. The fact that you're here, you're watching this video, and you're going to try it is counting for something. Just do what you can and be proud of what you accomplish. Something else I wanted to say regarding abs is that they truly are made in the kitchen. You can do a lot of things to strengthen your core and work on your abs, but if you're looking to see definition or, you're like, oh, I want to go for that flat belly, that kind of thing. Let me just remind you that you cannot spot specify where you lose fat. So you cannot target an area to lose fat in. So you can do 5 billion crunches a night, but if you're eating Cheez-Its, Doritos, ice cream, cheeseburgers, and anything that you please all day long, you're never going to see a flat stomach or the abs that you want unless for some reason you have some crazy genetics and you're just like a bean pole, which there are some people like that. But I would hate to see what their arteries look like if they still are eating anything and everything that they want, because your organs are going to be affected by what you eat, and you are what you eat as far as how your organs react to things. So, and always remember that skin is an organ, a very important organ to many of us that are concerned with appearance. But that is also why water is super important. So I digress. I'll talk about water later. So we have 10 exercises that we're going to do 10 reps of. Once you complete the 10 by 10, if you feel like doing more sets, go for it, have at it, and let me know how many sets you do. I'd love to hear. I also have some additional exercises after the 10 by 10 if you're up for it. So I'm going to do a demonstration, show you guys each exercise so you know exactly what we're doing. And the workout will also be posted as far as the guideline to follow. So we're going to do a regular crunch. We're also going to do a reverse crunch, side oblique crunch, then the other side, iso bike, then speed bike, leg lift on your back, then leg lift with split, quick feet, leg lift, a plank crunch, and then the additional on top of that is if you can do a plank hold for as long as you can. It's a max hold, so time yourself, see how long you can do it. And then the early riser and the mountain climbers. So I'm going to go ahead and get started to show you a little demonstration, and hopefully my sleeping helpers just kind of stay sleeping and don't really get in my way. All right, so we're going to start first with some more basic moves, and actually some of my favorites, my go-tos. All right, so first we're going to just do the regular crunch, which you might be aware of. Also, always remember to kind of keep your chin off your chest as much as you can, because you don't want to be straining your neck muscles. We're not in it to work our spine and hurt our back, and hurt our neck. So keep your chin off of your chest if you can. And a lot of these also, you want to try and keep your shoulder blades off of the ground as well. That's going to help engage your upper core if you keep your shoulder blades up. So first, the regular crunch. And this also, where your feet are, is going to affect as well. So if your feet are just kind of flat on the ground, that is going to put less engagement in your lower core. So if you want a little more work, make it a little bit harder, and work a little bit of your lower core, you can lift your feet off the ground to do that. A little bit more even advanced, you can kind of bring your feet out, and that puts even more stress on your lower abs. So you can also do hands over your chest. You guys might remember that from like gym, maybe gym class, as far as like they're saying, don't pull your head up because you're going to be injuring your neck that way. That's kind of a personal preference. I know I'm able to do crunches and I'm not pulling on my neck, I'm not straining myself. So that's up to you if you want to do hands across your chest or if you want to put your hands behind your head. Just always make sure that you're not pulling yourself up with your hands. So we can just do a simple crunch, and I'm not doing a full sit up and I'm not going all the way up. I'm just doing a crunch to work the top of my abs. And like I said, you can bring your feet up if you want to engage the bottom a little bit. You're not really moving them towards you, you're just keeping. Or like I said, you can bring it out if you want to engage it even more. So you're going to do 10 of those, and then we're going to move right into the reverse crunch. So it's exactly what you're thinking, and we're just going to be bringing our butt off the ground. And if you need to put your hands to kind of base yourself a little bit, do that. You can move them up here, which is going to work a little bit more of the stability on your sides. Or if you want to support your head a little bit, just lift them up that way. So 10 is not that bad. The idea here is going to be doing them one after the other. Okay, side oblique crunch. So you can go a side plank up on your arm, up on your leg, and you're going to crunch your elbow to your knee. It's kind of hard to see where my camera is. And then the modify, if you can't do it up on your foot and up on your hand, go down on your elbow, get on your leg, and just crunch like this. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to do the other side. Next up, we have the iso bike and the speed bike. So the iso bike is going to be slow and controlled. So you're going to go opposite knee to opposite elbow. You might also remember this one from maybe from gym class. So you're going to go opposite elbow to opposite knee, and it's slow and controlled. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and then you're going to do that for 10, and then we're going to do the speed bike right after that. So same thing, just faster. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, and so on. All right, and now the leg lift on back and the leg lift with split and the quick feet. So leg lift on back, you're going to go back to laying on your back. And the leg lift, you're going to go from about 2 to 3 inches off the ground to about 6 to 10 inches off the ground. Again, if you have a bad back or if you need to modify, you can definitely do that. But controlling it in a smaller region is going to be working your core more. If you need to, if it's just too much and you want to go up and then back down and rest on the ground, you can do that. So I'll go start about 2 to 3 inches and then up to about 10 or 12. 2 to 3, about 10 inches back up. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to gauge that while your head's up here and your feet are down there. But like I said, the lower range of motion, the less that you're moving, the more it's going to be working. But if you need to take a rest and then back up and then rest and then back up, do that. If you're having trouble with your lower back, you can give it a little support if you need to. If you feel like that helps, and do it that way. All right, so next we have the leg lift with the split. So similar thing, but you're going to lift your legs up and then I have to move over because my chair's in the way. So lift your legs up and then spread it out. And then together and then out. And together and out. And each way out and back in is 1. And now speed legs with lifting. So same position on your back, your legs up, but we're just going to alternate our feet and do it in a fast pace. Now this one, I'm actually doing kind of like a tempo with this, so it ends up being 3 is 1. So when I lift my right leg 3 times, I count that as 1. That makes any sense. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get the idea. So I'm going back and forth and up and down, left, right, left, right, left, right. Now the plank crunch, very similar to the side plank crunch, but this one we're going to be doing from the front. So the traditional plank, you're going to be up on your hands and up on your feet. And then we're going to crunch both sides, the same side at the same time. So right elbow to right knee, and then switch. And that's 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, And then if you need to modify, you want to go down to your elbows, you can do that. And you can do crunch, crunch, crunch. Or if you even want to stay up on your hands and crunch your knees and not your arms, you can do that as well if you need to modify a little bit. And then next up on the list, that was the 10 by 10. The next one I have is the plank hold that you can do for as long as you can. So that's just up on your hands and feet and plank and hold. Try to keep your back straight. If you need to, you can do a plank on your elbows. Both going to work your core very well. And then the two additional are the early riser and the mountain climbers. So these I would actually recommend, instead of doing 10, I would say maybe do 30 to 60 seconds, see what you can do. So the early risers, you're going to get down kind of like in a plank position on your hands and your toes. But when you come down, it's kind of like a stretch, like a good morning stretch, and then back up. And back down, and up, and down, and up. And the idea is when you're going back up in that plank position, you're kind of arching your back a little and pulling your core in. You're really tightening it, and you're pulling that core up, and you're tightening your stomach, bringing it up to the ceiling. And then mountain climbers, you can do slower if you need to, just one leg and the other, and do that for 30 to 60 seconds. Or you can do it the speed way and go as fast as you can. One leg after the other. So that is pretty much it, guys. Let me know how it goes. Looking forward to some sweaty selfies and some reporting afterwards. All right, guys, have fun.